Dude, if you spend $5 on like a fucking Slim Jim when you go to 7-Eleven, you could spare $5, $4 on a good movie.
Or $5 for a ticket to your homie's horror night on October 28th.
Your homie's horror night will be in Vallejo, California, and a bunch of your dopest local artists are gonna be playing there, like Propane, Hey Cujo. We got Jay De La Cruz. Who else is playing there, man?
We got Will Ben Trill. We got Saturn Sex. We got Hugo DJing, Tiki DJing, Anders DJing. Mortal VIP or Mortal VIP, man. I haven't asked them what they prefer or how it's pronounced. They're sick. Everyone who's performing is so good.
Yeah.
You should be there. If you're in this area, if you're watching this podcast, you're probably in the Bay Area.
You're definitely in the Bay Area, or you're probably like some of our listeners in Russia. If you want to buy that ticket, come through. It's only $5.
The flight's probably expensive, but the ticket to the show is only $5.
It's at 5:30 p.m. I think it goes until like 11:30,
Yeah,
something like
we
that.
go pretty late. Costumes encouraged.
Yeah, there's going to be a costume contest. There's going to be some flash tattoos done there by Viv. It's incredible, man.
Yeah, we got drinks. We got food. Sushi Obsession's going to be there.
Yes.
Selling sushi nachos.
And I'm going to be there podcasting. I'm going to be interviewing artists. I might be walking around interviewing some of you guys when you're walking around having a good-ass time. So come through to Your Homies Horror Night, October 28th, $5, secret location in Vallejo to be released on the 22nd of this month, which by the time this drops, it might be out already. But if not, you're going to know where it is, and you better go.
Is this going to drop after the event?
No, this is going to drop before the event.
Well,
Can
looks
you
like I
imagine?
got to cut that out.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. I love you. Let's get into it.
I love you too.
And let's welcome the listeners. Let's welcome the baddies. Baddies, welcome to another episode of ICB2B Podcast, also known as It Can't Be That Bad Podcast. Today, I'm joined by a beautiful, beautiful man here. Very talented man. Let's give it up for Yetty. You might know this homeboy from Propane. You might know him from his latest projects, like Why, with a question mark, or Chair Party.
Chair Party.
Chair Party with Anders. Shout out to you, Anders. Got to get on this podcast sometime.
We do.
Yes,
You
guy,
do.
Beautiful mustache. Wish I could grow a mustache like that.
One day you can.
I mean, I could grow a mustache, but it just won't look
Not
as
like that,
epic as
no.
that. No.
Did you see him when he had it like twirled too?
No. He seems like the guy that could pull it off.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I said at Kaleidoscope, but I said he looks like the dad from Twilight. Good old Charlie, which is a compliment. That's a good compliment.
Yeah, that was a good character.
Love that character. But let's get into it. Happy spoopy season to you and yours. You love the horror genre. I like the horror genre. I texted you earlier today asking if you've seen this movie, and you said, yeah. And I was just like, hey, can you come through and review this with me?
I was like, yeah.
And you're here.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
And I'm happy to be here.
Dude, can you tell our listeners what we watched today and what we're going to review?
So we watched Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. And if you have not seen this movie, check it out. If you're a fan of like stressful horror films like Hereditary or Midsommar, this might be up your alley.
If you like independent creators,
Yes.
watch this movie.
Dude, it's very impressive. We were just talking about the budget. We were talking about who made this film, and it's impressive how successful this was. Should we just get into it?
Dude, let's get into it.
Dude, all right, let's talk about it. This is the itty bitty nitty gritty, which is just all of the data regarding the making of this film. So this week we reviewed Talk to Me, which came out in 2023, July 2023.
That's this year.
That's this year.
Yeah.
Very recent. But it came out on October 30th, 2022 at the Adelaide Film Festival because it's an Australian film.
Yes?
Yes. Is that how Australians say yes? Yeast?
Could be.
Are you saying yeast
Could
in an
be.
American accent?
Yeah.
This had a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes.
That was a tight movie.
Dude, usually movies that are this good, I expect like it's a little longer, right? And like, I don't know. And if it's a little longer and it's still a good movie, then it's like worth it if it had a good story. But this kept it tight and kept it right. Is yeah, I'm spitting bars, dude. I'm trying to just be like you. Is all it is. This is directed by Danny Philippou and Michael Philippou, who are brothers, I'm assuming. And what can you tell me about like their YouTube channel? They're YouTubers.
I can't tell you much, but I can tell you that they were YouTubers. I believe it was Rucka Rucka.
Uh-huh.
And they did like action skits with like a like homemade action, like CGI kind of vibes, and
Yeah.
it would be like Goku versus Darth Vader,
Stuff like that?
stuff like that. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it like blow your mind? Like Jordan Peele with Get Out. What a big twist that this
Wow.
guy who just came from Comedy Central, Mad TV, Key and Peele, just
Yeah.
like makes one of the greatest horror films in modern history.
180.
Yeah, these guys making some like crazy action YouTube.
My
videos.
favorite horror film of this year so far.
How many other horror films have you watched this year for this to be?
At least a few.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
You the type of guy that just watches horror films like not during spooky season?
It's always spooky season. We live in a scary, terrifying world.
Do you ever watch rom-coms? Because it seems like
You're like, you should.
yeah. If you're only watching horror movies 365 days out of the year.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry that I offended you.
But like 251 days out of the year.
That's
I watched a
solid.
couple rom-coms.
Okay.
I think it was About Time.
Solid
Watched
one.
that this year. I sobbed. Oh my god.
Fat crush on Rachel McAdams. And if I were to meet the love of my life, who I've already met, Melissa, I love you, and there's no one else in this world, not even Rachel McAdams, but hypothetically speaking, in another universe, if I was at like a blind restaurant, I would. That's the most romantic.
And
way to
Rachel
do it.
McAdams was like, "Oh my god."
Damn, who are you?
Yeah. Do you have a podcast?
To me, you sound like your voice sounds like you podcast.
Yeah.
Just like, oh no. IMDb gave this a 7.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 94%. Google has like this rating system, like where Google users use a thumbs up, thumbs down type thing. It's a percentage thing. What percentage of Google users do you think like this film?
Let's go 87%.
Ooh, that is a solid guess, but it's 72%. But I got this theory that people thumbs down it because they're like, oh no, it's too scary. Dude, it's so bad, man. It's so bad.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's quite scary. I can't do it either.
It's way better
I go
than
British.
mine.
I go British. I default British.
Oh, well, let me hear your British.
No, that was it.
That was your British?
That was kind of it. You're like, your British accent actually fucking sucks.
Dude, your British accent sounds so much like an Australian accent.
Next time someone asks me to do an Australian accent, which will probably be you later during this conversation, I'll just do my British accent.
And it's going to sound very
It's
Australian.
going to go well.
So the budget of this film was $4.5 million. How much do you think it made at the box office?
Like, let's call it like $210 million.
Dang. Like this is just box office.
Just box office.
$90 million. However, that was a very confident response.
I wanted it to be that high.
Dude, I could believe it being that high.
But I mean, proportionally, it's basically like they made $210 million. That's
Might
like
as
an
well be.
insane profit.
And that's just box office. This isn't like, because it's streaming on like Amazon Prime right now. I don't think it's playing in theaters at the time that we're recording this. So it's probably made a shit ton more money.
Yeah.
It is coming out on Netflix on October 26th. So when this podcast comes out, it's about to come out. So you guys
That's
should
sick.
definitely, right?
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I do want to read the synopsis for anyone that hasn't watched this movie yet. Go ahead and watch it, but also be prepared to be stressed out and probably shave a few
Ooh, I
years
got
off
a
your
couple
life.
pennies. I got a couple pennies I want to drop. $4.5 million. All right. Skinamarink also came out this year. Did you watch that?
No, but that's on my list.
Also cost about $5 million.
Okay.
Fucking sucked.
Was it really?
I'm a hater. No, people like it. People like it. But
Why did you not like it?
I'm a hater because you just got to watch it. I don't want to taint your taint, but
I don't even know what that means.
I don't want to taint your taint, but
Damn. Master of
I
words.
just wasn't into it. It's like, it's artsy. It's thought provoking.
Would you say you're a tough critic when it comes to movies?
No,
Oh, you're like easily pleased?
I'm pretty easily pleased.
Okay.
I love 2000s comedies, which I think are
Some of the cheesiest.
some of the cheesiest, but I wasn't super into it. I think it's worth a watch. Anybody who likes horror movies should watch it.
I recently just put that on my list because I'm so much of a horror movie nerd at the moment that I did watch a 2.5 hour history of horror cinema YouTube video. The entire thing from beginning to end. I didn't think I was going to, but I was like, this is fucking interesting. And Skinamarink was mentioned on
There's
that.
words for people like you.
What is that? Put it in the comments or just like DM me what those words you think are, and hopefully it's not racist.
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
Oh, shoot.
All right, here's a little synopsis for you. When a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits with an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill and high-stakes party game until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. Did you know that on the A24 shop, they sell this hand? And I was very close to buying it.
No, I didn't know that.
It goes for $110, and it's an incense holder.
I'm gonna make the hand, dude. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna paper mache a mannequin hand.
Would you have that in your house?
No, that movie spooked me. If I've recently watched the movie, I would not have it in my house. If it's been years, oh, this is a fun decoration.
Okay.
Do you guys get it?
So you're gonna wait for it a little bit.
Yeah, but then I'm just gonna be wanting to watch it all the time. I'm sure I'll buy it, like the movie. Like, imagine all the stuff you could do with that hand.
I don't want to imagine. Your little smirk is showing me something else. It's not even in the position to do certain things. All you can do is shake it. I don't know.
That's what you think.
I
dude.
don't know what shape your penis is.
You obviously never been bored enough.
Well, if I see that hand at your spot and I come over, I'm not touching that thing.
Don't touch that damn hand, man. Especially if it's the one I made, because it's got grip. If I'm making it,
It's like this, and the only way that you could summon an entity is if you stick your dick in that hand. No. And there'll be one for girls where it's shaped like this.
What would you say instead of talk to me?
Fuck me. I don't know. Yeah, you would have to say talk to me, but sensually. Talk to me. Yeah. Yeah, and you have to do like little faces, and that's when it hits you.
The ghost is like, fuck, dude.
And it's only like dead porn stars that enter your body.
Okay. Is Ron Jeremy dead? Do you get... Are you rolling the dice? Because in this movie, when you... say talk to me, you're rolling the dice.
You are. It's whoever.
Any old ghost can talk to you.
Ron Jeremy's basically dead. That fool's in jail. Have you seen him lately? He looks horrible.
No.
China. That's who I'd want to like have my body. You know the wrestler China?
Okay, I thought you meant the country.
The entire population.
You just said China.
All of China. I want all the ghosts of China to just haunt my body.
They have the most ghosts per capita.
That makes sense, dude. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure they do.
Mostly children.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's really scary. That is such a good joke. That is so good. Let's talk about it. This movie opens up with like a party, right?
Yeah.
And then like it's this brother, this Australian brother. Brother. It takes place in Australia. Mm-hmm. He's looking for his brother Duckett. He's yelling,
"Where are you?
Where are you, Duckett? Where are you, Duckett?
Duckett, where you've gone to?"
Goes into this party. They say he's in the bedroom. Bedroom door is locked. Homeboy breaks it open, and this guy's tweaking. Like, what were your thoughts the way this opened up?
So I didn't know anything about this movie, and I was like, first off, Duckett.
you were. I
was like, that's a fun name.
You were impressed by the name.
Yeah, but then I was like, oh my god, Duckett is geeked.
Dude,
Duckett was off his shit.
Really fucking off his shit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, what kind of is this like a? Are we gonna go? I didn't know if it was gonna be like a supernatural route or like a maybe like serial killer kind of route. Like I thought maybe Duckett's like a killer. This is his origin. But no, Duckett is just tweaking, and he's got. I believe he had did he have a knife at the beginning, or was he just?
I think it was a knife, or like a. Did he pick up a kitchen knife on the way out?
I know he did. Yeah.
Right, that's what it was. And then they step out into the backyard, and his brother's trying to pull him, and he fucking stabs his brother.
Yeah, he's like trying to save his brother, and his brother's just like.
Yep, stabs him, and then he stabs himself.
Yeah, just.
Yep.
Dead.
Did he stab himself in the eye, or did he slash his throat? I'm pretty sure.
Oh gosh, I think he slashed his throat.
What a way to go.
Either way, that was a brutal opening scene.
Can you imagine just going to a high school party and then that happens?
Yeah.
Do you go to the next party?
Like, well, I mean, I do want to drink, and I'm not 21.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that hand.
Is the hand there?
Yeah, I'm not going.
And it was probably there, as we would find out later.
Yeah, that hand was making it's like, are there multiple hands? Because like they're putting this stuff on social media.
I think we'll touch base on that because the like ending of it, I feel like kind of hinted to that there might be.
So good. You're right. Great observational skills, dude. So that's the intro, and then it cuts to Mia, our protagonist, who I love. That girl is so cute to me, and like poor Mia just going through it. She is like, her name is Sophie Wilde, and there's like a new series on Netflix called Everything Now that she's on.
I just peeped, and you know what that character's name is in that show that Sophie Wilde is on?
What is it?
Mia.
Oh, she's the same character.
Yeah.
It's the same universe, dude. This is her life.
Oh, it's like a happy prequel.
Happy prequel, dude. Everything Now, and then talk to me afterwards. She's great. I've never seen anything else.
Great.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything she did, and I was so impressed.
She was like in grief, like her mom. It like cut to her at her mom's viewing or her mom's wake or something like that, and then it cuts to like 2 years later. Mia has like her best friend named Jade, and like it cuts to Riley, who's the little brother of Jade, and he's kicking it with like this asshole
Some
kid.
piece of shit.
Dude, yeah, fuck that kid, that chubby kid.
Yeah, dude. That guy was a jerk.
He's like
we should smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
No.
Pulled out a pack, and the Riley's like, I thought you didn't smoke. He's just like, well, Jeremy gave it to me.
I do now.
I do now. You should smoke it. Yes. That's when Mia rolls up and picks Riley up.
They were banging some song. What song was that?
Chandelier by Sia.
Banger. Totally forgot about it until I heard it in this movie.
Cannot hit that note ever. You thought about it for a second. You're like,
I was like, am I going to go for it?
Am I going to go for it?
Nah, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Dude, and then they hit kangaroo.
I think they call it a roo, too.
Whoa, in Australia, they call kangaroos roos?
Yeah, I mean, at least I believe in this movie.
They don't have time for the first
I hit a roo.
I hit a roo.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, dude, if you're in that position where this kangaroo like is dying,
suffering,
could you do it?
Ooh, I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
Same here.
I couldn't do it.
Hell no.
By my own volition? Like, no way, dude.
With the wheel of your car?
Yeah. No,
that's how she was
it's
thinking
not
of
happening.
It. But that was foreshadowing for like later on in the film.
Which was really good.
Really good foreshadowing. I was like, what kind of significance does this kangaroo have later on?
Apparently it happens too. Like, people hit kangaroos.
Whoa, really?
It's like hitting a deer over there.
I hear kangaroos are kind of like assholes, though. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, so you're saying we should. We should be running over kangaroos.
Dying or not.
Me. Take a trip to Australia, rent a fucking ute, and just mangle as many kangaroo corpses with that little vehicle as we can.
They must be an invasive species there, right? There has to be a fuck ton of kangaroos, right?
I don't know the story.
Have you seen that YouTube video, that kangaroo like squaring up to
2.5 hours?
It's not a 2.5 hour video.
But I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he's like, he's holding this guy's dog hostage.
Yeah.
And the guy goes up to the kangaroo, socks him in the face, and gets his dog and dips.
Dude.
That's what we should be doing.
Man, just go and square up. That's fair, because if you're going to run over kangaroos, that's almost like, we have this man-made advanced tool that we're using. Yeah. But if you just go and fight kangaroos.
Yeah, it's an even playing field, squaring up.
Yeah, and if you get your ass beat.
Then, dude, that is still a cool story.
That was not your mission, but it is a cool story.
It's an interesting relationship. The mom of Jade and Riley is Eowyn from Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God.
Do you reckon? Right? Crazy. I was like, I've seen you before.
Okay.
I've seen you killing some orcs before.
Dude, she was really good too.
Fantastic.
She played like a nonchalant, lax, cool mom.
Because there was that time when Jade was going to sneak out for that party. And she was like, I already know you're going to go out. Just lock the door on your way out.
She was like, where's the party at? What time is the party?
Oh, later on?
Yeah,
so good. What an investigative mother.
So good, dude.
Let's talk about that first party that they go to.
Yeah.
It's at like some person's house.
The little bully kid who...
Haley.
Who they come around to. Haley, and then there was another character in the varsity jacket.
Joss is his name.
Yes.
Big brown man.
They were good, dude.
Very good.
I cannot stress enough how good like the cast was. Like all the supporting characters.
They were all...
I bought it all.
Yeah, they're all textured. They're all believable because it's easy to play asshole bullies at school.
Yeah, they were at least like, well, we've incidentally like caused some really bad shit to happen.
It is kind of our fault that this happened. I mean, what were your thoughts when you first started seeing like all these phones popping up, and it's as if you were seeing someone at school act real silly because they took too big of a bong rip?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, this is a really cool, interesting, original idea, because this is the first party, right? And it's who is it? It's not Mia at first, right? It's just
it is Mia.
Okay.
When they take it out, they say who goes up, and I think because this is my theory. I think since Mia is still grieving 2 years later after the passing of her mother, and because she's also trying to fit in with the kids, because she knows she's not socially there. Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity to be like, yeah, fuck yeah,
just dive in.
I'll do it. I mean, like, people have been there before. Like, yeah, I'll hit that blunt
for sure.
Cool.
I mean, it was very much like an analogy, like for drug use. Yeah, and that was great. I thought it was awesome, especially how it like pertained to grief. Oh my god, like I was blown away. I loved everything this movie had to say. And when they brought out that hand, I was like, what the hell is this? And then they established the rules. Oh, my God.
Such an important thing in movies, establishing the rules.
They killed it.
It was. And without it, in a lot of movies, there's typically that cheesy character that catches you up.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So basically what happens is like they just are, it's like they're speaking to you.
Yeah. And it's like purposeful that the writers put that there so that you're caught up. But they did it in such a subtle way. They had us kind of figure out what this hand was rather than like someone just telling us.
Yeah.
So they bring out that hand, and like, what did you think was going to happen?
Well, I assumed it was going to go wrong right off the bat, but it didn't. It didn't.
It was surprising because after she goes through her shit, so she holds the hand. They say,
talk to me.
You can't go longer than
They
90.
light the candle.
Yes.
Dude, I love that because it's just like someone telling you about a drug. They're like, so this is weed. You smoke it, you're going to feel funny. You might get anxious.
Yeah.
But just sit back. Like
it was that casual.
It was just like quick. 90 seconds, light the candle. Like it was super cash.
So good, man. The acting was so good. Yeah, they said light the candle. You got to open the door. What the fuck is open the door? You got to hold the hand. And then you got to say,
the
talk
dragon.
to me. Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they said, I could imagine how tense it was and how scared I would be in that position of like, okay, I'm going to fucking say talk to me. Because there'd be a part of me that's like, it's probably not going to work. But there's also like a heavy part of me because I'm like an anxious guy or like a little paranoid, especially like the supernatural. Like, what's going to happen right when I say talk to me? And then she says it. And then you see the spirit in front of her.
Yeah. Oh my God. That like initial like, pah.
Yeah. Do you remember what the spirit looked like?
It was like a slimy woman, was it?
Yeah. I'm assuming this woman like had drowned or something.
Yeah.
Right. It looked like.
Because like all their forms were kind of relevant to like
their death.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane to me. And not only do you say, talk to me, they say, I let you in.
Yep.
And then that person just...
Which is how relationships start.
That's consensual.
Talk to me.
Okay.
This is my house.
I'll let you in.
I let you in.
Yeah, it is all consensual. You know, it was like a first date.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because can you imagine like being at this party or being like at a party where the hand is?
Gosh, I wish. It looked so fun.
It looks so fun to see my friends get fucked up. No, can you imagine like if you hold the hand, you say talk to me, and you don't like the spirit, so you're just like, okay, never mind. Yep. And you keep trying until you see.
Oh, you could totally do that, huh?
Yeah.
Why didn't anyone do that?
No clue. They were just
if I was in this movie,
mm-hmm.
I'd be way smarter.
Dude, it's kind of a spoiler alert, and I'm just gonna say it real quick. But at the end, I won't spoil it yet. But at the end, with that spirit that we see, I'm like, you don't look that fucked up at all.
Yeah. I was like, you got a little dirt on you.
I'd be like, please, I let you in. Come on,
Sophie.
Yeah, is that you? So what was really good about the cinematography of this, like one thing I noticed is that every single time they let a spirit in, they shoot their head, they throw their head back.
Yes, it reminded me of have you seen Upgrade?
No. Wait, Upgrade is
Not Tom Hardy, the guy who kind of looks like Tom Hardy.
That's the guy who gets a physical upgrade because he's in an accident or some shit, and he
like
fucks everyone up.
He gets like a cybernetic augmentation, but then it turns out he's being like played. But it reminded me of the shots in the action shots where he like rises and it like follows his head. And they've been using those shots a lot more, especially in horror, and I think it's so effective.
Yeah,
especially for possession.
Yes, because it's quick. It's like very uncomfortably close too.
Yeah.
Because when they throw their head back, the camera it's just bird's eye view. And you see how their eyes dilate in that moment. And she's fucked up. She's scary.
Yeah. 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 Her pupils are all like glazed over. Yeah. She looks high. She looks high as hell.
I've never seen anyone that high where their eyes are fully like it's full black contacts is what she's
Come
wearing.
to the sesh, dude. We can...
Dude, I'm the square because I never got that high, dude.
Oh shit.
She starts saying like weird shit because you know how like Mia. So we said Mia was the ex-girlfriend of Daniel.
Yes.
And she starts looking at Jade and she starts saying like he doesn't want to touch you.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to touch you. Whatever. I don't know if this ghost has an accent, but
and I think she pointed too, right?
Yes. And so it was uncomfortable for everyone because everyone knows that Mia and Daniel used to date. So
yeah.
And then poor Riley just like looking. I could never imagine watching like someone you look up to do something like that at that age.
Oh, that would be rough.
I remember going to this garage party that my brother took me to. No, they're never good. Especially like I was like maybe like 11 or 12 was before I had any like alcohol or smoked any weed.
Yeah.
I saw my brother drink a beer for the first time and I was like, I can't believe it. His life's over. I was like, it's all downhill from here.
Well, that is a letdown.
Yeah. I was just like, wow, I'm never doing that. And then like here, Riley's just watching his like, I know, cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, dude, that shit was messed up. But what was surprising is like after they blow out the candle, because they say you can't exceed 90 seconds, she gasps for air and she's like, oh my God, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, she's like, let's do it again.
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen anyone take a whippet?
You know what? I think I've been fortunate enough not to. Well, I've been at parties where people like are taking whippets, but I don't think I've ever
seen them on a whippet.
Yeah, or like seen someone do a whippet.
That seeing the way that she came back from that possession is seeing someone come down from a whippet. Exactly that. They're just kind of like, oh my fucking God, that was amazing. Yeah. Not that I'm selling whip. I don't do it. That's just like sucking nitrous oxide through a balloon. Also, whippets are really old.
This episode of It Can't Be That Bad is brought to you by whippets.
It's brought to you by laughing gas. What happens after that?
So I believe it's at the same party where like, so you get a cool, really good montage of like everybody doing it. And you get kind of, is that at this first party? No.
It might have been just Mia doing it, or maybe Joss and Haley do it.
I think we get a little montage, because then Daniel, right?
No, he does it later on. That's when Jade throws a party at their house.
Damn, I'm all spun around.
Well, it's kind of like hard. It's all kind of mixed in.
Maybe I was high. Maybe I shook a ghost hand.
Please don't tell me you were actually high when you watched this movie.
Like actually high?
Were you actually high when you watched this movie?
Like I smoked Zaza?
Did you smoke some Zaza before watching this movie?
I probably smoked some Zaza.
That's crazy, man. I was stone cold Steve sober for this, man.
Whoa.
Well, because do you remember what did you know about this movie before watching this movie?
I knew it was a horror movie. I knew it was Australian. I knew it had a small budget. Mm-hmm. And I knew that people I like, creators I liked the movie. I didn't watch a trailer.
So you kind of went into it blind.
Yeah.
Because I've seen all the trailers, so I knew exactly kind of what I was getting into.
I'm sure I caught a glimpse like during a movie. Like I probably saw it, but I didn't go out of my way. I wasn't consciously like watching a trailer for this movie. So I went in blind.
That's nice.
And I was very pleasantly
surprised.
Yeah.
Dude, Instagram was shoving this in my face.
For real?
You know how like Instagram, like it knows my algorithm or something?
Yeah.
I must say A24 out loud all the time. And they're just like, you know what? We're going to put in Christian's algorithm today? Bunch of A24
You're just talking
films.
to your dad on the phone like, Man, you know what I like is A24 films.
It's just like whoever I'm like recommending it to. I don't know. I have like A24 merch. You said you give A24 a 7 out of 10. I give A24 like a 9 out of 10. I'm kind of like an A24 cuck.
Respect. Yo, Ari Aster, fuck my bitch.
Hey, you, Joaquin Phoenix.
Fuck my bitch.
Man, you were great in Bo. What the fuck is that movie called?
I'm looking for a third. Bonesaw Tama? No.
Bo is afraid.
Bo is afraid.
I haven't seen it yet. So after that party, they go back to like Jade's spot, and then like Mia sleeps in the same like pull-out couch as like Riley.
Yep.
And then we see
okay.
like a dead hand out of nowhere, and we're like,
Yeah,
"Who the
okay.
fuck was that?" There's like a spirit that followed Mia.
Yeah, because she went over 90 seconds.
Is that what it was?
She went just a smidgen. I was tracking. At least this was my interpretation. She went slightly over the time limit, so she started to kind of slowly, like something was staying with her because she didn't follow the rules properly. I think it was only a few seconds over.
Do you think that that's what happens?
I think that's totally what like propels the story.
Good catch, because like I watched this twice, but I never realized that she went over 90.
Yeah,
That's so good, because like later on, I mean, when they start throwing the party at Jade's house,
yeah,
like after the mom says, "What time's the party?"
yeah. What the fuck
What
are
party?
you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, dude, Riley's friend, as much of an asshole as he is, that like chubby kid, really funny. He says, "I don't know about a party, but if I knew about a party, I'd be there." and I'm definitely drinking there. Yeah.
He reminded me of what's that kid's name? Bob's Burgers.
Gene? Reminds you of Gene. Oh, wait. Oh, the fucking guy with the
Yes.
sleeveless dude?
Yes.
I forget his name. Zeke.
Zeke.
Yes.
That kid was Zeke. That was Zeke.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Just as dumb, just as fat.
Just as dumb, just as fat.
Let's talk about this party now. What were your thoughts when it got to this party?
This is where we see that montage.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, I get it. When they filmed it like this, I was like, wow. They're like, just like you were selling whippets a minute ago, Talk to Me was selling this hand to me.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm down, dude. Because
they made it look fun. And I was like,
really
this
fun.
looks safe.
Really, really fun.
What?
But then
it goes really
that
bad.
poor little Christian boy,
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Daniel is like, he's kind of, nervous, but he's like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, it seems like he's trying to prove something to Jade, right? So he's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm a cool guy too. I'll do it. Mm-hmm. Daniel steps up to the plate and just strikes out totally, because he shakes his hand. He says, talk to me. He says, I let you in. And then some perverted ghost possesses
the horniest
this boy.
spirit in him.
Horniest spirit ever.
Falls over.
Gorilla gripping this hand the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's just, I believe he was fucking the floor at first, like licking the...
He was like humping the carpet.
Yeah, and then a dog. Jade's
comes through.
dog?
Jade's dog.
Like
man.
a little, what was it, like a French
Bulldog.
bulldog? Yeah.
Goes up to him. The most slobbery dog ever. Starts making out with him, and he's like...
He's into it. He's like, yeah.
Dude, this actor had to actually, like, can you imagine? Like, the actor that played Daniel, like, this is the scene where you're going to put peanut butter...
Man, throw me $30K. I'll do...
That shit's tough. And then he busted a nut, right? I think
it's implied that he must have busted a nut.
He was wearing khakis.
Play the scene back.
Play the scene back.
Oh, he did have like a little wet spot in his pants.
It's not from the dog.
Not from the dog. He didn't piss his pants, that's for sure.
And we know he's not fucking because he's Christian.
Do you think the ghost came? Who do you think, you know what I mean?
Can ghosts come?
Like, do you think Daniel is like, when he comes to, do you think he's like, oh man, that was not fun, but I just came and that's
yeah.
Or do you think...
Do you think he just woke up and it was there? Or did he feel did he feel him? Like, did he even get the satisfaction? Or the ghost gets to come and he has to clean up the mess?
I think the second one.
Damn, that
I think it's
sucks.
like a rental car kind of situation.
You don't think it was like a simultaneous for both of them?
I mean...
You said a rental car situation? That's fucked up.
I don't know. It really depends if we believe that the ghost just comes to the front and the other person's like living in the back but seeing it all go down, or if the ghost is just in control for those 90 seconds.
Well, they must enjoy the ride for some reason. They must remember it. They're kind of like, they're just in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
So he must have felt like secondhand Jack.
You know what? Something we forgot to mention
What?
is that the reason Mia went over 90 is because she saw a ghost that she did not want to stop talking to. The ghost of her mother.
Oh, No. That's at this party, dude.
Oh, well, that's why I was just about to talk about it.
And it wasn't through her. You don't remember this part?
Was it Riley?
Riley.
Oh.
Riley and Riley's
Dude,
friend Zeke.
you're hella right.
They both raised their hands. They're just like, hey, we want to try it next. Because they all had this fun montage that they couldn't join in on.
Riley and Zeke they're like us. We're the viewers. We're like, just sign us up.
They sold it to us. Yeah. They're just like, you made that shit look real fun. Because every single time, they did it multiple times.
At this point, Daniel's left the room.
Yes.
Jade is like, I'm not having this.
Daniel came back after he jizzed himself. Came back for a little bit.
Oh, he cleaned up.
He cleaned up, probably put on some shorts, cleaned up his mess on the floor.
Yeah.
They put the dog outside, closed the door. They all do it except for Jade. And then Riley and Riley's homeboy, they decide they want to do it next.
Jade's like, no, you're not doing this. And Mia's like, come on, stop being a fucking cunt.
Yeah, I think
start being a fucking cunt.
And let your brother do it.
In Australian.
It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it was not. Oh my God, this next scene too.
And they said, okay, 50 seconds. We'll put not even 60, 50
they're
seconds.
like, we'll compromise.
Jade leaves the room, and she doesn't even watch her brother do it.
That's the quintessential horror movie moment where you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Watch your brother. Yeah. Well, do you think you don't want her to do it? Obviously, Mia might let him do it. Stay in the room.
Quintessential dumbass horror movie moment.
Yeah. And it might be the only one in that. Everything else is realistic except for that moment. I don't know why she left.
I think that we could make some arguments that Mia makes some decisions down the road.
Actually, all the decisions that she makes after this. So, dude. Okay. So, like, let's talk about Riley finally doing it. He says, talk to me. My God. And this is where the acting is also really good.
That kid was solid.
For his age.
I'm getting goosebumps.
He starts crying, man.
Yeah.
And he looks... They do this great effect where in horror movies that you hear when someone's possessed, they like overlay voices.
Yeah.
And, it's so good. And that's what happens. And he turns and he says, I don't know, like along the lines like, I've missed you. I've missed you, me. And only Mia's mom calls her me.
Yeah.
And that's when she's like, wait, what the fuck?
I got to talk to her.
I have to. And so I have another theory. Do you think, because Mia's probably a little bit possessed because she went over 90 seconds at the first party. Is she, do you think she gets possessed again from talking to her mom and holding the hand at the same time, and they don't remember if they ever blew the candle out?
I do think that's it. And I might even be misremembering. This might be where she goes over, right? But also, do you think that was really her mom?
No.
I don't think that was her mom.
At first, maybe, yes. When
the first time she pops up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought there was maybe a chance that this might be the mom. You immediately thought that this can't be the mom.
Well, I thought it was the mom too. But just after like watching the whole film, I'm like sitting there like, was that ever her mom? I don't know.
I don't think so, dude.
It's a question for you.
It's the question for the viewers, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is why I don't think it was the mom, is because the mom said something completely different than what the letter Mia's dad says.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a really great moment in the film. Crushing. For an hour and 35 minutes. So much happens. So many great character beats. Like, mostly for Mia.
Mm-hmm.
But you get some with Riley and you get some with Jade. Just by them all being present, you kind of like, you get some insight to their family dynamic.
Yeah.
Also, just got to say that Jade was fucking rude.
At what point?
To her mom and her little brother. Like, this whole movie, Jade is just a dick.
Yeah. She's a rebellious teenager.
I came around. Yeah, she is a rebellious teenager.
But doesn't mean, look at what happened because she was a rebellious teenager.
Just want to go clean up your little Christian boyfriend's jizz.
Yeah, and she didn't even use the hand. Just
No,
like
she doesn't.
inviting friends to come over. Hey, let's all smoke weed, but I don't smoke.
Yeah, like, you weirdo.
Yeah, do the hand thing.
Yeah, I don't want to kick it with you.
No, we're just. I mean, thanks for providing the place.
And then you're like, I can't believe you guys are smoking weed in my house.
yeah.
What?
You're the one that told us to come over.
Yeah.
You're the one that asked us to bring this bomb ass weed.
Yeah.
And then Haley and Joss, they bring in the bomb ass hand, and they all get fucked up. And Riley,
Oh my god.
for like, you're not supposed to exceed 90 seconds. How long do you think he went for?
I don't know. That'd be interesting to go back and watch it. And like, I feel like it might have been real time.
It's like 2 minutes. He like goes for like 3 minutes maybe, because that guy was head banging.
Oh yeah, he starts bang-a-rang. Like Riley just starts bah, 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 smashing his
Straight up.
fucking head.
And the sound effects that they use for this,
Oh my god.
it's like crunchy.
And I think that comes from their like YouTube background, is like making more with less, right? So they really had to get their sound design down. They had to sell what they had to you on YouTube with minimal effects and minimal budget.
Yeah.
So when they get to do that in a movie and it's rated R, oh my god, that was one of the most brutal horror scenes I've seen in a minute.
It was the most fucked up thing I've seen since Hereditary. Have you seen Hereditary?
Oh yeah, where she's just like upside down, like cutting her, like stabbing
Oh
herself.
my god.
Her head.
Yeah, she takes like a string and she starts sawing it back.
Oh
and forth,
my
back.
goodness.
And like, it's very similar to it's like a nod. It's because he's nodding his head real hard into the table. To when Alex Wolff, the actor that plays the son in Hereditary,
Yeah.
when he like raises his hand in the classroom and he just bashes
He
his head
hit that
against his
shit
disc.
too. He hit that shit.
Homeboy actually broke his nose. You're talking about the fucking Michael Jackson. You know, he actually
really broke his nose.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Committed.
Damn, dog.
After breaking his nose, he still looks up and still plays it through the scene like
Wow.
a good ass actor.
Wow.
Very similarly to Django, when Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah.
smashes the glass with his hand and he just keeps acting with his actually bloodied hand.
Now, how old is Alex Wolff?
Alex Wolff.
How old is his girlfriend? Is it like Leonardo DiCaprio in that way?
No. Well, because if Alex Wolff at the time, if he was 25, his girlfriend was just born.
Yeah, that's true. No, dude, that's a naked brother. He wouldn't do that.
Dude, oh, well, shout out to the Naked Brothers band real quick.
B.
Had a fat crush on the girl in that band. Do you not remember?
I'm sure I also had a fat
She
crush.
was a cutie patootie.
You put a cute girl on TV at that time, I probably had a crush.
You put a cute
Selena
girl anywhere.
Gomez, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
Mm.
Half of the girls in Disney Channel went off to do like crazy horror films. Selena Gomez did Spring Breakers.
Yeah. Keke Palmer. I mean, Nope is arguably less of a horror film, but it's still
really good. Jordan Peele's
Disney
third
Channel
masterpiece.
to violent thriller pipeline.
What happens after this? This is just like, so that was the most climactic moment. I would say that's the peak of the film.
That's
the
when shit
turning
gets
point.
real.
Yeah. Everyone's like, Joss and Haley, they're like talking in the background. They're saying like, we have to get our story straight.
Yeah.
My question is like, how did Mia get away with the hand? She took the hand, she put it in her bag and went home with it. No one saw her take that.
Yeah, I guess I would think that would be something they're thinking about, but I guess we're just supposed to assume that in that moment everyone's like in a daze, right?
Yeah.
She gets away with it.
And we're all thinking like, you're going to use that at home?
Yeah. Like, whoa, this is another one of those quintessential dumbass horror movie moments. We're like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Nah, we know what you're doing.
Yeah. And we don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But also, it's going to be a good movie. Do it.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I was like, you shouldn't do it. But I'd be pissed if she didn't do it.
Yeah.
And she does it, and she sees her dead mom.
Yeah.
She's like, did you really kill yourself?
Yeah.
And it's heart-wrenching, man.
Very heart-wrenching.
Her mom says I accidentally took too much of my medication. I overdosed. I would never leave you, me.
Oh, my God, dude. I was damn near crying.
It was. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to seduce you by pulling down my shorts or anything.
You're good.
Like
It
that.
didn't work.
It didn't work. Good. So yeah, that happens. Mia tries to visit Riley in the hospital, and homeboys messed the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
goodness, bro. He got this mutant eyeball. So good though. Talk about like practical effects, man. The makeup was fantastic.
Yeah,
Like,
usually you can tell when practical effects are like kind of like bad, or like you can tell if it's a practical effect. But that was incredible. It looked so real.
once again, like they came from YouTube. They had to do with what they had.
Yeah, with a low budget.
So practical first.
And you remember why his eye was like that, right?
What was it that caused his eye to be like that?
There's like 5 seconds in that scene of where he's bashing his head. He tries to pull his eyeball out.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
it was so messed up.
So good.
So good. So good. Oh man. He's fucked up in the hospital. Mia tries to visit. Jade is like, "What the fuck are you doing it?" And then the mom says, "What the fuck are you doing it?
You gotta go.
You come here again, I'm going to fucking cops."
That was pretty good.
I think it. Thank you.
That was the best.
I do a decent Cockney, I think. Alejandro hates when I do it.
Yeah.
But I think if I try to do Australian, I should just try to do
Fuck
Cockney.
you, Alejandro.
Yeah. I miss you, bud. But,
I miss you too, man.
So that happens. It's messed up. Daniel, Christian boyfriend's like, "I'll drive you home." And on the way home, this sleazy motherfucker says like, "Well, my dad doesn't know about it because I didn't have to call the cops because I'm 18. So I've nowhere to stay." And Mia's like, "Well, you could stay with me." And he's like, "Yeah, he's trying to like be subtle." And then Daniel says, "Well, and they're kind of weird because I'm dating you. I'm dating Jade. It's just kind of weird." And then Mia says, "Well, it's not like sleeping over and I'm just your friend, like that's illegal or anything." And he says, "Yeah."
Ugh.
And then what happens next, man? Do you remember what happens next?
Oh my God. Mia is still at this point like fully possessed. She is in deep with this ghost. She just last night was cuddling with this ghost.
Yeah.
That was weird. The ghost was spooning her, I believe. Mm-hmm. The ghost of her dead mom was spooning her.
Yes, just the night or 2 nights before.
And so she has like this, I guess it's like a vision. It's sort of like it's not real. It's like what do you call it in the desert when you're looking for some water? And
like an oasis? Water. Oh, like a heat stroke?
Yeah. Well, you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. She has one of those. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, in her mind, she's like, cuddling up with Daniel. And I believe she thinks she's going in for a kiss, right?
They do kiss in that dream, in that mirage.
Mirage.
That's what it was.
Ding, 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 ding. You win a free iPad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't heat stroke.
Me too.
But yeah, they end up kissing. And then she kind of like wakes up from it.
Yeah. And he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, no, dude. It's like a fucking... She looks in the corner. And there's this like weird looking spirit that comes out of the corner.
Oh, yep.
And the spirit starts sucking on Daniel's feet. And Mia keeps on saying, "Wake up, Daniel."
Tarantino directed that scene.
Dude, his foot fetish. After watching a lot of his films lately, I'm like, wow, that's a
real stereotype.
It's a whole lot of
filmmaking.
Oh, he loves feet.
He loves feet.
Like big feet. Uma Thurman has a huge big toe, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember her feet from like Kill Bill?
Got to rewatch because I don't remember her toe.
Dude, it looks like a size 10. It looks like Shaq's foot if Shaq was white.
A name like that with a powerful name like Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
You gotta have big toes.
You must have like a big Norwegian phalanges is what it is. Huge. But this spirit is sucking on the feet, and then she says, "Wake up!" And then when Daniel actually wakes up, it's Mia's mouth on his foot. Yeah. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then he leaves. And she doesn't want to be alone in this moment because she's spooked. She's super spooked because she just saw it.
She doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm. A lot of this imagery reminds me of. Have you seen It Follows?
Love It Follows.
So good.
That's my favorite horror movie of the last 10 years. That's my
pick.
That's my pick.
I was thinking about reviewing that movie at some point, so I'll have you on. I'll have you on when I talk about that. I'm so
down.
They meet up at, I think it's like Haley's house or Joss's house, and they're talking about like, what do we do about this hand?
Yeah. And so they're like, well, they're talking about where they got the hand from.
Yeah.
and they talk about, it comes back around to Duckett and his brother, whose name I'm forgetting right now.
I forget the brother's name completely.
But they're like, we should go ask that guy for advice.
Yeah, they do, which is crazy. Like, watching my second time, when they're at Jade's house for the party, you hear in the background Joss say, like, Duckett says you have to do it like this or something.
Oh, wow.
They say Duckett. And so, like, if you're really paying attention, you'll be like, oh, he fucking got the hand directly from Duckett.
And they let you know way before.
Yeah, just
that's
that.
Sick. That's
and then
really
they bring
cool.
it up again. He says that, and like at the party, they say Joss says that like they say it's a psychic's hand that was able to do, or like a medium's hand.
Like it's a real like dead severed hand
that they like plastered in whatever the fuck it's plastered in, right? And that's why it's like that. So they go see Duckett at like a bus stop, right?
Yeah.
Duckett's pissed, or not? Is it Duckett or Duckett's brother?
Duckett's brother, who has a name,
but he's pissed, obviously.
Yeah, he's like, "Why do you stop, guys? I don't want to talk about. I'm had it with the hand. I'm done with it." He's like, "I'm just getting on my bus. I'm done with work." Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Cool, we're getting on your bus too."
It's funny that they all just follow him. They're like, the only time I can meet up is for 10 minutes right before the bus comes to pick me up from work. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess we're going on this bus and it's going to drop us off wherever the fuck it's going to drop us off.
Yeah. I like, in most movies, I feel like you meet like the experienced character who's been through it and they like take them into place. Like the tropey version would be Tenacious D when Ben Stiller is like, "All right, come on to the back room and we'll talk about the Pick of Destiny." But in this, he's like, "No,
you're not ruining my schedule, my personal schedule."
And they're like, "No, actually, no, we very much are."
Okay. I mean, I'll tell you where I'm at, but I'm still fucking going home.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm getting off on my bus stop.
Yeah, and then so like Mia like is talking to him on the bus and is like, I know how it is to lose a loved one. And please, my accent is horrible. Stop me at any moment.
If I could do better, I would stop you.
But that he says, how can she asks, how can we help Riley? And he says that like eventually if you wait long enough, the spirit gets weak inside the body and will leave the body.
He's like, it just goes away.
Just wait it out. Just wait it out.
It's like a hangover.
Yeah, he just treats it super casual. Yeah. It just goes away eventually.
Well, the ghost doesn't want to hang around that long. Like,
dude, and then it cuts to the bathroom scene where they're trying to bathe
Riley. Dude, this poor little kid.
Yeah.
This poor little kid.
When we thought the skull crunching was done, it wasn't done. And they bring back that sound effect again.
Yeah.
It is so disturbing.
It's Jade bathing him, right?
It's Jade's mom bathing him, and then the mom leaves, and then Jade tries to bathe him, and then he falls to the ground of the shower because he's being difficult.
Yeah, it's like he's having a seizure almost,
and he starts banging his head,
on the shower and the shower
the tile.
The tile, yeah, the tile starts like breaking.
The tile breaks behind him. You see the blood rushing through the shower water into the drain. Oh, and he starts licking the blood off of like where the drain is.
It's visceral.
It's one of the most horrific scenes in horror. Like, once again, since Hereditary for me, since It Follows, because It Follows has some fucked up scenes too.
For sure.
It's one of those scenes in horror movies where it's just like, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like It Follows, like, plays with a lot of dark themes, and so does this movie. So it inherently like has the ability to like get nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's about grief. Hereditary is about grief and about like family curses. So you can get nasty.
Yeah.
And these directors I'm very curious. I'm hella curious if the direction from the directors was like lick up the blood, or if this kid on his own was just like licking it up, just like,
dude, it's yeah. Can you imagine being the actor, being like, okay, this is the scene. It's Kool-Aid, man. But you're licking, that's still tile.
That's your blood.
You still have the practical effects on your face.
Yeah.
And you're licking and you're laughing. And this kid's like, I got algebra homework to do. This kid's like,
I gotta go to school tomorrow. Yeah. We're shooting next Saturday? Like, yeah. Okay, yeah. Crazy, dude.
Yeah, man. It's pretty insane. Mia eventually tries to, I think it was a bad idea. Again, they bring the hand to the hospital and they try to get him to do it again to see if they could get the spirit out that way.
Because Mia has like a Sherlock moment where it connects, and she's like, "It's because the candle. Maybe it's because the candle.
We left the candle."
And Joss
going.
and Haley are like, "Maybe."
I don't know. The candle should be out, because if the candle was still going, the house would be on fire, or that candle's just completely gone.
But they're like, "We get what you're saying, Mia."
They find a ghost. Do you remember the little girl that's like on top of the hospital bed? And
Yes, yeah.
And the little girl says, like, Riley's stuck in there.
Oh my God, yeah. He's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you remember what she says?
No, what did she say?
"I let you in."
Oh, that's what the girl says to Mia. And then she goes into what I'm assuming is hell.
Dude, this movie has like the headbanging scenes, and this scene are just such good horror. Mm-hmm. It like hurts to watch almost.
It looks like she's in the craziest. She looks like she's in the thicket of a music festival.
Yeah.
Riley's just there.
Riley's in the pit.
Riley's
just
in
getting tossed around, dude.
Man.
Riley ended up at a Five-Finger Death Punch show.
Because there's just so many people.
He did not mean to be there.
No, he was like screaming, no.
You ever seen Society?
No, what's Society?
Oh, Society's is great. I think it's from the 90s. And like, anyways, the end of the movie, it's about like society, like how you have to join society. But the end of the movie is society is actually just like a bunch of fucking like alien blobby creatures who have an orgy, and like it just feels very much like that. It feels very much like he's just being engulfed and like kind of absorbed, you know what I mean? Like it almost felt, it was body horror in a way, in that sense.
Is that what they call that? There's like a genre for that, the body horror.
Yeah. There's a genre for like body horror, like The Thing, The Fly.
Okay.
The Blob, and this is not really, but that scene kind of has that essence. You're like, where it's like, ooh, this is like, how are these bodies are all contorted, and like it just is so unnatural. You're like, oh,
it was gross. It was disgusting, and it was only glimpses. We only see that for like 5 seconds, and then like it shoots out, and now she's convinced that she has to rescue him.
What does that mean?
Killing him. She said, like, I think the spirit says, like, you have to, or like at least, the spirit of the mom comes back and talks to Mia later on in the movie and says, like, Riley's suffering. You got to, like, kill him.
Yeah,
I'll look after him. Yeah, pep talking to murder.
Yeah.
Which is, so, like, at this point, did you think that, what did you believe?
I didn't believe the mom for a sec. Like, once the mom is talking about, you gotta fucking kill Riley, I'm like, I see right through your little act. Mm-hmm. I'm a smart viewer, and I know you're lying. Mm-hmm. But it gets really good because I believe this is all happening at Mia's house, right? She still has the hand. She's talking to her mom, and her mom starts talking about how she died. Yeah. Because Mia's asking about it again.
This is after the letter, after the dad says, I've been hiding the letter from you.
Yeah. Oh, that was a great moment, too. The dad is like, well, you should know. You deserve to know.
This is just as much yours as it is mine.
Yeah.
And then the letter says that she did take her life.
Yeah.
And then immediately afterwards, at that letter, Mia's mom's spirit, that spirit, whatever the fuck it was, whispers in her ear saying,
starts gaslighting the shit out of her.
He's lying.
Yeah.
That's
you can't
not
trust him. That's not your dad.
Dude, what? Can you imagine? Just like, who do you believe? That's not my dad. And you're looking at who you think might not be your dad. You're just like, I'll be right back. And she goes upstairs. And then she closes the door. And then that spirit keeps on saying, that's not your dad.
And she's hearing her dad banging on the door, right?
Yeah, yes. And for a hot second, I'm like thinking, is that really her dad banging on the door? No, because it cuts back to the dad was like going through her bag and finds the hand or some shit.
Yeah.
So we know it's not him banging on the door.
But he's mad concerned.
Mm-hmm. Very
so
concerned.
He does go check on her, which, oh my God, this was a great bit of tension because it's like one thing that her perception versus real life. And you're keen and you're in on it as a viewer. You know what's really going down. And so it's very much like no, stop. No. Yeah. No.
Yes. Because she grabs the scissors.
Oh my God.
Because she's pinned down by the fake dad, the spirit dad, right?
Yeah.
Which is probably the same spirit that is portraying Mia's mom. It's all the same spirit or a different spirit with the same goal. And then he comes because she's wailing for help. And she right in Bad timing, dude.
The
timing, man.
The worst timing ever.
If he was 5 seconds late and saw her just swinging some scissors, I'd be like, all right, then I'm calling someone.
If he creaked open the door and was like, yo, oh shit.
What the fuck are you
But
doing?
no, he just like, he's like, boom, storms in there.
Yep.
And she stabs him.
Right in the neck.
Right in the neck.
Does he die? No, right?
No, because we see him later.
Okay.
Yeah, but blood is gushing from his neck, squirting out, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Really good effect.
Really good. Practical effects. I will always applaud practical effects.
And then I believe Mia calls Jade, right?
Yes. Mia calls Jade. Owen tricks her.
Yeah.
And like on the phone, Jade is, I don't know why, after 3 days, Jade is just like, you know what? I love you again.
Yeah.
She's like, it's fine. You could come see Riley.
All that stuff about,
you letting my brother bash his head 50 times. It's cool. It's completely fine.
We're besties.
Dude, even the mom is like, they did a drug test on Riley. He's clean. That's because you can't test for fucking spirits entering your body.
Yeah. You need to get ghost hunters up in there, bro. You need to get them in a Roto-Rooter van.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, you need to you need to get fucking Zach, whatever his name is.
Oh, the guy with the glasses?
Yeah. You need to get him in there and be like, Riley, tell the ghost to talk to us. bro, oh shit. You need his ass in there. Dude. But no, you guys are like, it's kosher. It's gravy. Mm-hmm. Mia, we're good.
We're fine. You're one of the family. You would never hurt Riley. Girl, you're the one that's just like, no, just a little bit longer. It's my mom.
Oh my God.
And then Mia says like, hey, I need you got to see it for yourself. She's tricking Jade and saying like, just come over for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then during those 10 minutes, Sly, Mia's so sneaky. Because during those 10 minutes, she comes back to the hospital. And like, that's when she sneaks Riley out. She says to the mom like, hey, can I just have a few moments with Riley?
And Mom's like, yeah, sure. I won't even pay attention.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Mom goes to like the vending machine to get some Cheez-Its or some shit.
And in that amount of time, she's wheeling Riley out of the fucking hospital.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, Jade calls her mom and says, where's Riley?
Mia's not safe.
Yeah, Mia's not safe. Riley's with Mia. Mia's not safe.
Mia's dangerous. Go find Riley.
Yeah, and she rushes. And then, Mia is wheeling him out.
The Curb Your Enthusiasm music starts playing. Mia is wheeling full speed this child out. And her plan, I guess, is just to drop him off in traffic.
Like, get a gun.
You had scissors, dude. Just do it. You just murdered someone.
You're one down.
Ain't shit to do it again.
Yeah, you obviously have a weapon of choice. Why are you changing it up?
Because it's a good-ass movie.
Because it has to be dramatic.
Yeah, so these 5 minutes, suspend your disbelief because it's awesome.
Yes.
And she's like, yep, I'm going to push him into traffic.
All these cars are just like, what the fuck? If I saw that on the side of like the highway, I'd be like, what the? I would call the cops immediately. That's not normal.
Wow, you'd be on your phone driving.
I would I would have Bluetooth. I'd be like, call cops. There you go.
That's safe.
I'm a good Samaritan, dude. I'm already an Asian driver. I have to like level it out.
It's not funny. As an ally?
As an AAPI ally?
Yeah. Stop AAPI hate.
Dude, I can't even do it. I'm not hating.
Okay, I'll give you a pass as an ally.
I just know the truth, man. I just know that I'm a bad driver.
Hey, allies matter, okay?
Dude, all Asian allies matter. I care for you, dude. Thank you for being an ally.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, dude.
Anyway, what do you think happens? Because like there's so much tension. Jade catches up, and then we hear a crash, and Mia's in the street.
Oh my God. I mean, we're like, as a viewer, you're like, what? What just happened?
Do you think she threw herself, or do you think Jade pushed her? Because we don't actually see what happens.
It occurred to me that we've seen some dream sequences, right? Mm-hmm. Like that dad was not real, that like was tackling her. The mom that was cuddling with her or was sucking the toes, that was a dream sequence. Yeah. So it's obviously like this ghost can like manipulate reality, at least from her perception. So like, who's to say that she even wheeled homeboy out?
Yeah.
Like maybe
It was the spirit that was doing all of that.
I just mean, what if she just went into traffic?
Just walked into it. Because a lot of people are thinking that Jade pushed her.
But I guess we do see the hospital bed.
And a lot of the hospital what?
Like the carrier, like, right, with him on it.
Yeah, he's still on.
So I guess we do see that. So that's proof enough that like she really was pushing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's physical evidence that she was pushing it. I don't know, dude. I think my first thought was that she was just sick of these spirits talking to her. She was like, I'm just going to end my life. I'm obviously a danger to myself and to others.
I mean, and that's where I think this movie like kills it. Like I feel like it's such a compelling like way to speak on grief, and like how if you're not processing grief, or if you try to use unhealthy outlets to process grief,
exactly,
like you just perpetuate like self-harm, and then like also you end up hurting people around you. You know what I mean? Because you're making decisions in like almost like a selfish way.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like, wow, this is a killer movie.
It's a great analogy.
Super good.
On how what's worse than what's a thing that could make you make these bad decisions? What's a thing that could make you rely on these vices or do things out of the ordinary, even if it's harmful to yourself and others? And it's grief. It's just saying that grief is such a...
It possesses you.
Damn, dude, that's good.
Takes over.
That's good.
This movie hit for me.
Yeah.
Hit for me. Banger.
It's a really good movie. The ending, the twist at the end.
Oh my God.
Before it cuts to credits, when, after she gets hit, she gets up from the freeway.
Yeah.
And she's just walking around. We're probably thinking like, oh, she's alive. What the fuck?
Yeah,
she's just walking.
She survived. She didn't get hit by a car, I guess. And she's walking to the hospital.
Yeah.
You see Riley pass. He's good.
Yeah.
With Jade and his mom.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then you see her dad, too.
Yep.
Who is apparently healed from his
wound.
Which, by the way, I feel like
you're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead, dude.
But I guess Jade went and was like,
almost immediately. But like that's I'm surprised Riley or the dad, they're still alive.
But good. I was happy about it.
Same here.
There was like a one bright spot.
Yeah, that's about it. And then she goes through the double. Mia goes through the double doors, and it's like she walks into the light, as they say, or whatever.
Well, she walks into a bathroom, right, with a mirror, and she can't see herself, which is, I think, reflective of like a dream she mentioned having earlier in the movie. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, she can't see herself.
Whoa!
And then she walks through the double doors.
And then it's like dark, right? And all she sees is like a light in the darkness. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I'm getting goosebumps. It's a candle, right? Mm-hmm. She sits in the candle. She sees like a hand, not the hand, but she sees like
just
a human
a hand.
And she holds it, and then boom, it's, I don't know where
Greek.
they are.
They're in Greece.
Is that what they're speaking? Is Greek?
Yeah, I think the filmmakers are Greek, so it's Greece.
Incredible, dude.
Yeah.
And it's her that pops up as a ghost.
Yeah.
Which I was saying, if a ghost looks like that, I mean,
you saw their reaction. They were like, "Oh,
dude, nice.
Baddie.
Yeah, we got a baddie up in here. Let her in, man." Because she looked way better than the other fucking spirits that I saw.
Yeah, bro. She just had a little dirt on her.
That's it. Like,
you hopped out of traffic. Look at you're not like mangled.
You're not mangled or anything. You're like, you look healthy. That's all it is. It's just a little bit of makeup.
Ghost Tinder is all I'm saying. That's kind of what it is.
Ghost Tinder.
Yeah.
If
swipe.
Yeah. I'm tired of all these grave robbers robbing graves. Just fucking get a hand. If you're into like dead stuff.
Yeah, just get a hand.
Get a hand and like you just pick your ghost. That brings me to what we were talking about earlier. Are there multiple hands?
I think yes.
Because there's no way that Duckett's hand had traveled all the way to Greece or wherever they are, right?
If there's a right hand, there's probably a left hand.
Huh. If it's one psychic, so there's two hands.
Must be, unless amputee.
Uh-huh.
But I also say that because this movie made enough money to, like, validate, like, franchise. You know what I mean? Like, so... Ain't no reason they're not going to introduce a second hand.
Do you think they would do a sequel?
I think they've already talked about it.
You're serious?
I think so.
Talk to me.
yo.
If they haven't talked about it yet, dude, and we're the first ones talking about this sequel like that, or that title.
Or they'll just call it I Let You In.
Oh, a complete classy. Classy to not have the original movie's
But
title
Talk
in the sequel.
To Me is a banger. It sounds like a boy band.
It's like Too Fast, Too Furious. It's like Talk to Me, man.
It writes itself.
Boom, there you go.
Yeah.
It's about the left hand, and it's all in Greek. It picks up where it leaves off.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Good movie.
Good movie.
Really good movie.
What do you rate this movie out of 5?
5 fingers.
5 fingers. That's so good, dude.
I think I'm gonna give it a. Can we do half increments?
Yeah,
4.5.
I'm right there with you. 4.5.
I want to say it's a 5. There really wasn't anything in me that would say it's not a 5, but I do feel like I don't know what it is, but something about it doesn't get it to a 5.
Not enough horrific moments.
No, I think it had plenty of really good, really effective, horrific moments. I think the writing was pretty good. I think maybe it took me a minute to be on board with every character. I would say the first 15, 20 minutes of this film, it pretty much got right into it. But I feel like until we got the rules, I feel like the writing it ramped up. It ramped up.
Okay, so it was a slow start up until that first party when they
I mean, the introductory scene, fantastic.
Great.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, I think the writing was quite good. Cinematography was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Acting.
The acting was great. The horror was great. The practical effects.
But it was just missing something that It Follows didn't give you, huh?
Yeah, it's just a little something. And I love It Follows, and I'd probably give that the same 4.5. It might just be me being a prude. I'm like, no, actually, I won't give it a 5.
It doesn't deserve a 5. It's really good, but
not a 5 for me.
because it's not. I gave Hereditary a 5. That's a 5 in my book.
Okay.
When we reviewed that, when Alejandro and I reviewed that a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago now.
Was that a Halloween time?
That was our Halloween special for 2021. Check that out, listeners. But I gave that one a 5 out of 5. I loved this almost just as much. I think I would give it that full 5 if it had maybe one more what the fuck moment. Just one more.
Yeah.
One more horrific scene. And if I think there needed to be a little more justification on why Jade left the room. She left the room because she was upset.
Yeah.
But if there was if she was just like, fuck, my mom's calling. Everyone shut the fuck up. I'm gonna leave the room for a second. Or, and if that, in that moment, Mia was like, hey, do it right now while she's gone, just 50 seconds.
Yeah. I feel like,
And I'd believe that a bit more.
so many movies, I'm like, especially nowadays, are like 2.5 hours. And I'm like, you could have cut out 10, 15 minutes. But I think I feel like adversely about this movie. Is that the word?
Adversely? I think so.
Yeah. Come on now. I would say this movie could have benefited from another 10, 15 minutes, especially towards the end. It just got wrapped up real quick.
It was fast.
It hit you boom.
Hour 35, man.
Which lends itself to the speculative, interpretive nature of the ending. But I think just a little bit more padding. Like you said, a little bit more dialogue sprinkled here and there.
Yeah.
We could have got to know some of these characters just a little bit better.
Like Haley and Joss, how did Joss really get the hand?
I get their vibes.
Yeah, there's a lot. I get everyone's vibes here, but who is everyone to the core?
Yeah,
obviously Haley doesn't like Mia, but why does Haley not like Mia?
Yeah, maybe we could. I'd be interested in all that. I liked all these actors and characters enough to be along for that ride. But I think for first-time filmmakers, for a micro budget, for this film got picked up by A24, you're trying to appeal to a mass audience. You're trying to make the story work immediately. You're trying to make it click with the viewer. I think they did everything they had to do. But just me personally, I could have gone Just a little bit more. Just give
10
me a little
minutes
bit
longer.
more. Give me a little bit more.
What if there was a director's cut, which I could see happening when there's a Blu-ray release of this? Watch.
That's probably a 5 out of 5 for me, dude.
You know, there's probably some deleted scenes in there. If it's an hour and 35, they definitely have more footage than an hour and 35.
Dude, I'll take a 2-hour cut of this film.
I would love that. I would watch that. One more what the fuck moment, a little bit more, get to know the characters a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Best person on set award goes to?
Best person on set?
Yeah.
Like actor?
Anyone, dude. It could be the cinematographer. It could be the directors. It could be an actor.
I think the sound design, whoever did the sound design, and I think whoever did the practical effects carried.
Riley's
because
practical
those moments are what, like, all of the writing's good, all of the directing is great, but just those moments where it feels like you're there in the room with them, and it looks like you're there in the room with them. Mm-hmm. That's what did it for me. That's what put it over the top.
Yeah, nice.
For you?
For myself, it's gonna go to Joe Bird, the kid that plays Riley.
Oh,
because that's not easy at that age to be able to fully commit to a fucked up role like this, to be a likable, dork, socially awkward kid trying to fit in, and then to also have the
chops.
Chops is good, but like to be able to play on the other end of the spectrum of being the sweet kid and then also this fucked up possessed kid.
Yeah, that's crucial for these kinds of movies.
Incredible. Like it's so good.
He's right up there with the little girl from The Exorcist.
Exactly. So his name's Joe Bird. Shout out to him. Best person on set award goes to him. And I highly recommend this. Baddies, once again, this movie will be available for streaming on October 26th. Or if you really want to support the people that made this movie, go ahead and rent it on Amazon Prime.
And I think you should.
Yeah.
I think if you got some bucks to spare, if you got some time to spare.
Dude, if you spend $5 on like a fucking Slim Jim when you go to 7-Eleven, you could spare $5, $4 on a good movie.
Or $5 for a ticket to your homie's horror night on October 28th.
Dude,
in Vallejo, California.
Hell yes. I do want to plug that. So on October 28th, which is a Saturday, and by the time this comes out, I'm sure you would have heard of it, but if you haven't, here's your chance. Your homie's horror night will be in Vallejo, California, and a bunch of your dopest local artists are going to be playing there, like Propane, Hey Cujo, we got Jay De La Cruz. Who else is playing there, man?
We got Will Ben Trill. We got Saturn Sex. We got Hugo DJing, Tiki DJing, Anders DJing, Mortal VIP or Mortal VIP, man. Mm-hmm. I haven't asked them what they prefer or how it's pronounced. They're sick. Everyone who's performing is so good.
Yeah.
You should be there. If you're in this area, if you're watching this podcast, you're probably in the Bay Area.
You're definitely in the Bay Area. Or you're probably like some of our listeners in Russia. If you want to buy that ticket, come through. It's only $5.
The flight's probably expensive, but the ticket to the show is only $5.
It's at 5:30 p.m. I think it goes until like 11:30, something like that.
We go pretty late. Costumes encouraged.
Yeah, there's going to be a costume contest. There's going to be some flash tattoos done there by Viv. It's incredible, man.
Yeah, we got drinks. Mm-hmm. We got food. Sushi Obsession is going to be there.
Yes.
Selling sushi nachos.
And I'm going to be there podcasting. I'm going to be interviewing artists. I might be walking around interviewing some of you guys when you're walking around having a good-ass time. So come through to Your Homie's Horror Night, October 28th, $5, secret location in Vallejo to be released on the 22nd of this month, which by the time this drops, it might be out already. But if not, you're going to know where it is, and you better go.
Is this going to drop after the event?
No, this is going to drop before the event.
Well,
Can
looks
you imagine?
like I got to cut that out.
I would change the promo to be like, well, that was dope. Your Homie's Horror Night was super dope 5 days ago.
Your Homie's Horror Night was sick.
Just splice my voice in and change it like that.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, super excited for that. Super excited to hear you and your band perform. Propane is wild.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Some dope ass headliners, man. Fucking stoked for it. Go to that. Happy Halloween. Yetty, plug your shit now. Thank you for filling in when I needed a co-host to review not a bad movie, but a scary movie.
Alejandro.
We miss you, dude.
And we love you. You can find me anywhere and everywhere as Yetty. At least musically. Anywhere you stream music, all caps. When you spell the man's name, it's Yetty. On Instagram, you can find me as Yetty1. That's me. You should go listen to Propane the Band.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram too. We haven't dropped yet, but it's coming soon. Your homies gram. Go look at your homies. Kaleidoscope. We're throwing more events soon. Camera 1, camera 2.
Do it all. Chair party.
Yeah, dude. Go stream Chair Party. Go stream Y with a question mark. The project by me and Tiki. Chair Party is by me and Anders. Canut. Dude, it's been a fun year. It's been a crazy year. It's been a hectic year. But, you know, come to your homies horror night on October 28th. October 28th, and talk to me. That was gonna be so smooth too. I was gonna be like, and talk to me.
Oh, that would have been so
It would have been
smooth.
hella smooth, man.
You're still smooth, brother.
Hey, you too, man.
All right. Till next time. Baddies, you guys know where to find me. Christian Has Asthma on all social platforms. ICBTV podcast on all platforms. ICBTV.com for the little merch that we have. But honestly, and for real this time, I'm working on some merch right now. My beautiful fiance is drawing a little bit of artwork that I'm going to be slapping on shirts and maybe even crew neck sweaters because it's going to be cold during the winter season.
Spooky season. Cuddle up.
Yep, cuddle up, get cuffed up, or do what you want. If it's a casual open thing, it's 2023 and we love you so much.
Slut it up. You know why? Because you're a baddie.
Because you're a baddie. Peace, baddies, and bye.